Yo guys, Gluten-Free EDC here. I'm Brian, your gluten-sensitive representative. Today I have one of the best production knives I have come across. This is a Richard Rogers designed X-Mid. It's much like his custom knife, but instead OEM'd by Bestech. And man, oh man, did they knock it out of the park. You see, we've got titanium build here. Every variant is going to come in titanium scales. They're all inset liner locks. You can see I got some use out of it. There's some wear on the clip. The clip in and out of pocket, fantastic. Perfect design. Pretty deep carry. Not much sticking up out of there. Fantastic amount of flex. Man, oh man, this thing in and out of pocket's really, really good. Now, we look at it, you see the lock is indeed an inset lock. So that is a separate bar. So what makes a liner lock different than an inset lock, at least in the custom world, how they'll define that, the makers, is a liner lock is a true liner that has a piece of the liner cut away and is the lock bar, right? So they have like a cut going along, and that bar can flex, that's the lock bar. Instead, with an inset lock, there is a separate piece screwed in, and that itself is a liner. It is not attached other than by the screw. Now, there is a nested liner, which looks kind of like an inset, but it is still indeed a part of the liner and is nested in. An inset lock typically is nested as well. I'm not sure if they do it where it's not nested, but that is the difference between a nested lock, or I apologize, an inset lock versus a liner lock. And man, oh man, inset locks typically have a lighter detent, but man, oh man, the detent on this one is money, guys. So each of these is sporting, the X-Mids are sporting an M390 blade in this really cool shape. I really dig it. It's got a cool little swedge here, kind of sheep's footy type blade. It really scoops up high. Everything's done really, really nicely. I think Richard Rogers just really thinks things through. You can see you've got Rogers design, the M390. This one's sporting a bronzish black color, I believe is what they refer to it, bronzish / black. Pretty neat. It's all stonewashed, as is the blade. I think that's just perfect user build. And I have carried this one just a bit. The action, my goodness, guys, it's just so smooth. Bestech really did a knockout job. I've handled a couple recent Bestechs and they're killing it. I think Rogers helps them. I'm not sure. He does CNC knives, so I'm sure about that part. I'm not sure if maybe he gave them the file to get it as exact as it is, but it's such a sturdy little knife. It's a 3-inch blade. Again, almost fall shut. My goodness. One side of the pivot is captive, I believe, or at least Loctite shut, and then you have to go from the other side. It will void the warranty with them. They're upfront about it, but the Rogers are amazing. So there's Richard Rogers and his wife, Sally Rogers, the nicest people ever, especially Sally. She's super outgoing if you ever see her at Blade Show. But she has responded directly to people saying that, you know, they can do work if need be. So I've seen them uphold warranty work as necessary. Really, really solid stuff, guys. You got a back spacer with an integrated lanyard hole. You know, pretty minimal there. I dig it. And this is so recessed, I can't even get my pinky in there to get that blade. So really, really nice to see that. All in all, I'm blown away. The ergos are fairly neutral. It's a very slight, consistent slope down, as it is here. And this one kind of widens out, right? So the angle here is a bit steeper. And then right in here, you've got a little bit there. For whatever reason, those ergos for me are amazing. Amazing. This locks me in way more than it has any right to do. I've heard the same from everyone with large hands, extra large hands, my small, medium hands. It just seems to fit everyone's hand real well because of how neutral it is. But I've heard a few people say how well it locks people in. It's just good. If you really want, you can get your finger up there. That is sharpened up to the edge. So edge termination right about there. So you don't want to necessarily get your finger there, but not going to be horrible, honestly. Great for a pinch grip. Yeah, this thing's just a great little knife. I'm kind of blown away by how much I like it. It just seems like a neutral design, and yet, man, oh man. The first time I handled one was Kev over at Lefty EDC. I handled his from the first run, and I fell in love with it. Handling this knife, it made me have to buy one. Then their second run came, and I managed to snag this one. I really dig it. I think this is a cool finish. They come in all sorts of different finishes. I think there's a blue one, a more raw one with blue, raw titanium that is, and then maybe a black one. I'm not really sure of the variants exactly, but there's a handful of variants that come out. All of them are really nice. I believe this is the only one with the stone-washed finish, which is why I went for it, because I like a stone-washed finish. I just like that it'll hide wear, and I dig the look of it. I think it kind of makes it look a little rugged. So yeah, how you deploy this knife, middle finger flick, thumb flick, whatever you want. There's enough to grab so you can slow roll it, and man oh man, when you can slow roll a knife, that does feel pretty nice. I love it with this one in particular. The middle finger flick, my goodness, the detent is money. And then thumb flick as well, just really nice, and it's just utterly smooth for a production knife. I mean, come on, guys. Really good stuff. I think it just goes to show some designers are just really good and can either he got it across to Bestech or sent them the file or what for the CNC machine, but like there was some synergy going on there. Now, another knife not to confuse this with is the slim utility, often referred to as the slut. That is a slightly smaller version of this knife. I forget who the OEM for that one is. It might be Bestech, but one key difference from that knife to this one, aside from the size being slightly bigger with the X-Mid, which is crazy because it's a 3-inch blade, it's not too large. There was a lot of lockstick issues with the slim utility. They went with a steel lock bar here. No lockstick whatsoever at all, guys. It's phenomenal. Great decision. It's cool to see that they took from that issue in another model and fixed it in their latest rendition in a different model. Again, similar model, but pretty cool. It's essentially an upgrade in my book. Just now there's no more lockstick, so pretty cool. I really like it overall, guys. It's a phenomenal little knife. If you haven't checked one out, I would highly recommend it. They go for sale every once in a while on his site. I'll shoot or copy a link below. Now let's show some other production knives. I don't have my waypoint because I just went fishing. Caught me a nice brown trout actually. And I still got to clean that. It's got some fish on it, admittedly. Yes, I eat fish. It's good for you. They were raised in a hatchery, right? So here's another 3-inch blade. This is the GM11 by Giant Mouse. Fantastic knife. I'll have a video up on this For those of you that are interested, please subscribe if you want to catch that. And we'll throw in a cool custom, another 3-inch blade. This is a titanium frame lock by David Lespect. Yeah, I love this knife. I'll have a video up on this one even further down the line. Guys, my goodness, definitely subscribe for this one because this is a hell of a knife. But yeah, overall, just fantastic knife, guys. I would highly recommend this. They're $300 on the site. I think he's charging maybe like $10 for shipping. So all in, you're around like $310, maybe $315. It's fantastic. For that kind of money, yup, all day, every day. I couldn't recommend this knife more. If that's in your budget, guys, $300 knife, boom. It's going to be hard to beat this one. I had the Mini Sweeney as well. I think we'll probably have released that video just before this one. I like the Mini Sweeney as well, but something about this. There's the X Factor, if you will. Ho! X Mid. Get it, guys? Yeah. That was good. I know it was good. But, yeah, that is something about this. I just, there's something to it. And, yeah, Rogers gets it. Richard Rogers, man. I've seen him at Blade Show, by the way. His customs are phenomenal little knives. He just knocks it out with these little tiny knives, and they're so cool. Some flipper designs, some like this with like the cutout here. I love that it's like not cut out all the way. Just really cool. But on both sides, and then the inset lock, like it all just pairs so well. Everything's so well thought out. Cool little frag pattern going on here. It's not my favorite kind of thing to see, but it's just cool to kind of make it look a little different. And yeah, like I believe along the edge, yeah, you've got some milling all along the edge, really nice. Everything's pretty soft. The finishing on this is really well. Props to you guys at Bestech for doing that. I believe it's all T8 construction. Yeah, really blown away by this little guy. There it is, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. Please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. I will catch you guys later.